Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hope everyone's doing well. um, I've returned to my train folding adventure. Hello, Pinternet. Well, yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna continue with my crane folding, and then let's just start. I'll put like another trash taste podcast in the back because I just love having something to listen to, and they're fun to listen to, so I'll just listen to them. Like the thing is, I already watched. Well, not watched. I already listened to this podcast because whenever I play like any game, usually I just listen to like trash taste podcasts in the background because they just talk so much, and it's pretty long. So, yeah. All right, I'm just gonna start it.
Who left this dent on the table? I would like to know.
Oh,
This.
man.
It's been here a while.
I'm going to say Chris.
And who was the last
they
person
have
sitting
fun
in this
vibes,
point?
which is something
Chris,
I like.
right?
Well, technically it was me.
We'll blame it on Chris.
I don't know.
Must have been Chris.
Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Trash Taste. I'm your host for today, Gant, and once again with me are
Who's
the
Energy?
boys.
That's me.
This is
Ayo.
technically our first Trash Taste recording of
I should probably
2021.
get
even
better
though-
lighting
Oh,
because
you
sometimes I just
dated
can't
it.
I
tell.
know, right? I know.
where
I
these
know.
edges
the
are.
manner is ruined.
People,
But,
the immersion, gone.
the
Their
no,
immersion is ruined.
People can tell. Like I like how people are able to tell the timeline of when Trash Taste recordings happen now based on Joey's hair. like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
this-
because it's like one week I was like, oh, he has a lot of hair. And
Yeah.
then the next week is like, oh, he has no hair.
it's your hair and my beard. Because
Yeah.
like 1 week I just decided I'm gonna grow a beard, and then
We are the sundial of trash days, aren't
yeah,
we?
basically.
It's like,
But
it's
in
like-
1
it's like,
week,
I'm
so
calculating
full
the
of cranes and
shading
getting rusty.
of Gaunt's face, and I can definitely guess it's sometime around January.
I like the beard on you, gone. I think it suits
Yeah, I
you.
think it
like
looks
it.
good.
I think I did it literally after a Trash Taste recording. When I went back after that recording where we talked about beards, and I'm like, Sydney, should I grow a beard? And Sydney's like, just do it. Why not? And
Didn't he?
yeah, I kind of like it now. It's
relationship
grown
is
on
pretty
me.
wholesome.
Ha
Gives you a
ha
more
ha.
rugged
Pun
feel.
intended. I'm already getting the dad
Shave
jokes
it
out.
off.
I'm already
Shave it off
getting the
right
dad
now.
jokes out.
Shave it off right now. Jesus.
But yeah, we've just come back from our Christmas holidays, which is,
Wow.
I think this was one of the first
Christmas
Christmas holidays
holiday.
that actually felt like a Christmas holiday for me,
Yeah.
right? Because normally Christmas holidays are like the busiest time of the year for me because I'm trying to get like my end of year video out. And then I don't know what switched in my mind to make me realize, what if I just don't do that? And give myself some time off, and then I put the video out sometime next month.
Gant discovers the word no for the first time. He's like,
Taking a
oh,
break.
Yeah.
I can say that now.
Wait a minute. What you mean? The expectations were just all in my head, and no one really cares if I just delay the video for like a few weeks?
Never trust anyone, not even yourself.
You mean I was my own worst enemy?
I feel I'm just recovering from being sick, so if I'm a little quiet,
He doesn't have
that's
COVID.
fine.
Don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm negative,
Yeah.
boys. I'm also negative in life.
Yeah.
I'm
Just in
always
general.
negative.
You just described yourself,
Yeah,
right?
I'm a negative person.
I'm just negative.
What happened? Like you had like a sore throat or something?
Yeah, I had like a really bad sore throat, and then it just kind of went. And now I'm in like the
Okay.
last days of it where I still
Ah,
sound
first
sick,
crane
but I feel
done.
totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't write their name on it
You
now.
were sipping that Manuka honey up there, though.
yeah.
You're absolutely good.
Dude, Manuka honey is OP as fuck.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is.
Have you
It
had it?
is.
It
Yeah,
just
I've had it.
costs an arm and a leg.
When you
Yeah.
scrolled all the way down
It's like-
again.
It's like, I remember
Fuck.
I saw the other day. It was
Yo,
like
Hugh.
a jar this big of Manuka honey.
I'm just
like
going
that.
down my
It's like
followers
60.
list.
What is Manuka honey?
Gotta
It's
press
it's
on
this
them
Blend, right?
properly.
It's a type of honey
One
made
moment,
from
please.
a certain I think species of bee that's only found in New Zealand.
I know it's
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a it's like a kiwi bee
Okay.
basically, and it's like halfway between. I remember
Okay.
because I saw like a whole.
Oh, that
business
dumbass
video
V.
on this.
Because I,
Yeah.
I remember
It's
that
like,
Hugh
yeah,
was
'cause
second
they
to
do like,
last.
you know,
I
the
thought they
series-
like
So I should be on
pollen
Baka
something
General
really
now.
specific, like
Yeah.
this.
It's
Oh, this is
probably.
the
Get
honey
my
that's spunked on this.
I'm sure
one
it's something
plant.
like the bee,
Okay.
you know, takes the pollen from like a specific plant and only
Yeah.
makes honey out of that
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. But
And
yeah,
this is the
it's
Baka
I know it's like a
underscore
kiwi
general.
thing, and the reason is because like just the whole process of it is really long
Yeah.
and arduous, and also it's like halfway between like royal jelly and honey. I think
Mm.
Yeah.
that's how it kind of works. I don't know. I don't
I
remember.
always recommend it. It's really hard to recommend because people are like, you're paying how much for a jar of honey?
Can I not just buy honey?
No,
Just normal honey?
it doesn't do the
Peasant
same.
honey?
It doesn't do the same thing.
Normal peasant honeybee honey?
Okay,
like
then
Peasant bee vomit.
Yeah, you're 19.
When
Yes.
when
Yes,
you
you.
pour honey,
You're there
it
in
pours. The
Yeah.
like
Most of my
Manuka honey stuff doesn't
adventures
pour.
in
It's like molasses.
Yakuza.
It
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
is like a block, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I
Press
normally like if I scream a bunch or I'm doing a lot of voice acting,
Yeah.
I'll normally just take
There
a
it
little
is.
teaspoon,
Mm.
not
Yeah.
fill it up, just like a little bit.
Mm.
I'll just eat it.
Yeah, I
And
don't
a
know.
lot. A lot.
Yeah, I don't know why, because there are a
God,
lot
focus,
of like
jeez.
products that are very expensive, and I'd say that they're not that
Focus.
much different
There you
from
go,
like
got
a
'em.
base product, like
Mm.
Manuka
Alright,
honey versus
next.
normal honey. But Manuka honey, I don't know what it is. I don't know if
wonder if you
it
guys
is
hear
a
the
placebo,
papers
but
rustling. I don't think you
it
guys
could be
do
a
though.
placebo,
you
but
wish
In the
like,
camera, like
every
not
time,
camera.
every time I've taken
The
some,
mic thing
it's
is
like my
muting it,
sore
so
throat
it's
just
good.
immediately goes
So
away.
it doesn't
Yeah.
pick
I
up
mean,
any.
it's that whole thing of like, are
other
you wearing a
noises.
product or are you wearing a brand? Kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? When it comes to like clothes, for example.
Yo, are these bees like minted by Louis Vuitton? Like, what's going on here?
If you look really close on the side of the body, it says LV. They're like branded with LV.
Slightly.
Oh shit!
The bees coming in with like the drip jacket. Like,
There-
hello.
They come up to the farm like, "Hello, I'm here to pollinate you."
Correction, Manuka honey is not from like a specific bee, it's from the Manuka flower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Manuka
okay,
flower,
yeah,
it's
there
a
we go.
plant,
Yeah,
right?
so it's a specific plant they
You
pollinate.
confused me
Okay.
there. I said plant initially,
Sorry,
and then
the-
Joey came in like a wrecking ball, being like bees, and I'm like, hold up. I was like, hold up, I'm pretty sure it's a plant.
Okay, it's the plants wearing the
Yeah, fuck.
fucking drip jackets.
Yeah.
Then
It should have been more aggressive. I know, Joey, it's a plant.
I disagree.
half this podcast is that doesn't sound right, but
Yeah.
my Manuka honey knowledge isn't enough to dispute you on that.
Yeah. People have Google.
Yeah, because I've tried like a bunch of things. Like I've tried like that really expensive pink Himalayan salt.
Oh,
Man, I don't
that
like
is,
anyone
like,
with-
the most of the cost goes into
I mean,
like mining
with
this
food, you
fucking salt.
definitely,
It's,
I feel like
one of
with
the rarest
most
salts,
food,
it's one
with
of the
certain
hardest
level,
salts to mine.
What do you mean? They sell it at my
you could
supermarket.
taste
Huh?
the
They sell it at my
difference.
supermarket.
But
Do they
after a
actually?
certain
Yeah,
level, I feel like
It's like, I don't know if
usually
it's
you
probably
won't
not real.
taste it.
It was like $2.
Manuka honey
It's definitely
podcast,
not
yeah.
sea salt with pink dye on
We
it.
talked about this
It's
for like
probably
5 minutes, I
sea salt
think.
Pink dye. It says Himalayan salt on it. Got it for like 150 yen.
Yeah, that ain't right.
What do you mean, God? What are you on about?
I actually tried the second most expensive. I think it's the second most, but it's one of the most expensive coffee beans in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Which is how they harvest this coffee bean. Is I believe it's like this.
Is the
pooped
cat
cat.
poo one?
The cat poop.
Yeah,
one.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
cat
yeah.
poo
We've
one.
seen the bucket list, God. All right, we've seen the movie. We know.
Wait, what?
I've never seen
That's
the
why it
bucket
became
list.
like really popular because in the bucket list, there was like this whole big joke in the movie was the fact that he didn't know this expensive coffee this rich guy was buying was from pooped out cats.
Which film was this?
The bucket list with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh,
before
that
this,
one. Okay, I haven't
I don't
seen
know.
that.
I don't know
Podcasts?
why I know that. Movie.
I
I've
didn't
never
hear
seen
it. I never
I
heard
just
it
know it's. I
before.
just know it's that like
It's a very
movie.
good-
I thought you were just
This
talking
week-
about a bucket list
No,
that
no.
a default
It's
bucket
not
list
the
that
bucket
everyone
list.
has.
It's the bucket list.
This is why that coffee became so well known.
Oh,
'Cause
I
in
didn't
this-
know that.
Yeah, because in this, well, it was obviously it was a thing before. That,
Right,
obviously.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It was a massive part of the movie. It was a big joke that this guy was like, I have to have this coffee, and he didn't know this whole time that he was eating like
Cat
cat
cat poo.
that was pooping it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
And
it's
then-
not actually cats. It's
No.
it's a kind of like
It's like a mountain.
animal.
It's
Like,
like a
it's
mountain.
mountain.
Like a big joke in the movie is
Yeah.
that he's eating the poop beans, and he's like, and then yeah, he
And
like.
hilarity ensues.
That's why it became so well known. That's why everyone knows it. God.
I'm more surprised of the fact that they talk about that in the bucket list is the fact that you've seen the bucket list.
What do you mean? It's an amazing film.
I don't know. You're
I've
the
never
only
seen it.
one I know who's seen it.
Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, and you're going to sit and tell me you don't want to watch it?
It was just. It was one of those movies that I
Okay,
saw
the next one.
like in my. Oh, I'm
Next
fucking dating
person
myself here. Well, I
is
saw it in my
Defeat
local
Claire.
blockbuster back in the day.
my!
311.
Like I would say it was one of those ones that was always on that like highlighted shelf of like
Yeah.
these are the talked about
a
movies
great
right now.
movie.
It was always smack bang in the middle. It was like fucking Jack Nicholson, and Morgan Freeman doing like that kind of face.
good movie.
And it just says the bucket list.
So
And I'm like,
how did
that looks boring.
Why have you not watched the bucket list?
I don't know. It's just never interested me.
It's good.
I didn't even know about it until now.
It's very good.
So how did they react to it in the movie?
He was like shocked, obviously, and distraught that he'd been eating the beans.
Did he enjoy it? Did he enjoy the coffee? Was it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
good coffee?
No, so he didn't. He was obsessed with this coffee, but he didn't
Okay.
know where it was from.
Right.
And because Jack Nicholson in the movie plays a very wealthy man who has all the money in the world, and Morgan Freeman is in the same hospital room as him and has no money.
Yeah.
Are you going to show all the
This whole
plans
joke
yet?
of
Yeah.
like, oh, By the way, I found
I
out about those
actually
beans that
have
you like so
the
much.
first
The cats
20
poop them
I
out,
did,
and then it's like,
like
"Ha."
kind of stringed up.
Rich-
It's
rich
not
man
the
eats
final
poop.
string up because like it's still coming from
Is
Amazon.
that the tagline for the movie?
I'm just waiting right now.
The bucket list.
For
Rich man
the
eats
actual
poop.
It's very
string
good.
to
It's a
arrive.
very good movie. I'm not selling you.
I'm just
on it.
waiting. Yeah, I'm
It's
just waiting for the
really
string to
good.
arrive.
It's really good.
I have a
I
temporary
understand.
string
Rich
thing
man
right now.
eats poop. That's selling me on it.
Connor sells a movie. So this
Uh-oh,
rich guy eats
Shinky.
shit.
Uh-oh, beans.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I
do
tried it and it was just it was-
40.
Yeah, because Sydney gave it to
For
me, and Sydney was like making this
one
massive,
string, and
like,
I'll make me
ceremony
5
about how
strings.
It's the biggest fucking deal on earth.
I've had it before as well, and
I was
it was
like,
like,
yeah,
it's
it's
a good
coffee.
cup
Depends
of
on
coffee.
how
a good cup
tall
of
these
coffee,
things are.
But
that's the thing.
it's like
Depends
to
on how
die
tall.
for. No.
I'll be honest,
40
I
of
can
these
tell
would
When I
be.
put it on,
Between
when I
an
put it on my
espresso.
bucket
Tall
list,
and I'll
probably
just
I
not.
don't know how much Sydney
it,
like
I don't know, less.
grinded when she made our cups of coffee, because when she made our cups of coffee, it was like I had like a triple espresso or something. Me and Tim were just like sitting in our chairs being like, honey, I know it's Christmas, but I think I need to like go out and go for a run. Like I just had so much energy that I couldn't even think straight.
Oh my
The poop,
god.
man.
It's the poop. It's the poop.
poop.
It's the poop. What is it about poop? Because I was actually researching this, right?
Well, we supposed to
And
not talk about poop, and then, of course Scott somehow brought it
It's
up.
trash day.
It's trash taste, of course.
You were researching poop, okay?
Yeah,
weird-
I was
weird topic.
because after that I was researching the coffee, right? And
Right.
that used to be the most expensive coffee in the world, I assume because of the bucket list. But now there's a more expensive coffee, which is based on elephant poop, and it comes from Thailand. And I'm just like, what is it? What is up with?
What's stopping me from ingesting coffee beans, pooping them out, and then just putting the highest price tag on it and then labeling it?
The Sea Dog VA
The
Espresso.
Sea Dog VA
I have-
Expressway.
I've actually seen a Japanese YouTuber do that.
No.
Have they actually? No way.
Yeah, they did it.
No way.
It was absolutely disgusting.
No.
I'm not going to describe the video, obviously. But just, you know,
No.
you get a sense of the idea.
Why?
And the stonks right there.
sell
They're,
it?
they're,
No, you
they're
can sell it. You
explaining.
guys friends
Week,
to drink it.
beta mice.
They-
You're
that person
trying to
should have
drink
definitely stolen.
Yo, you're drinking my shit.
You're drinking
right
my
now.
shit.
Yo, trash
guess
taste,
that's
trash
safe.
taste special.
I don't know how that's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, that
Japanese
re-
YouTube play very different.
That reminds me of the story I saw about the reality TV star that
Oh, yeah.
started selling their farts.
Selling her own farts.
Did
Yeah,
you hear about
Stephanie.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And then she got a heart attack because of
and
it,
then
right?
she farted so much that it gave her like gastritis or like stomach problems that she thought she had a heart attack and had to go in A&E. And so
What an amazing
Real
story.
good
yeah, and so
coffee.
like and so after that she's just like, you know what? I should
Completely
stop selling
possible.
farts. So what does she do? She starts selling farts as NFTs.
Are you
I mean,
serious?
I am deadly serious.
Next one
This
is
is-
done.
This is like a month-old news by the time you're watching this.
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
was very fucking dumb. It was so stupid.
I'm seeing
heard
this
the
and I'm
next
just
person
like, you know
is
what?
without
Can we go back
having-
to Black Mirror? Can we
go.
please go back to Black Mirror? That is the future that I want. You know,
It's like
This-
all these game companies as well
bean.
being like, NFTs, we like them. And it's like, yeah, because you can make money from them.
Yeah.
Because you can rip us off.
I can't wait for me to just like misspell one of these names and have to
I
remake
don't
the
know.
crane.
Sometimes you just sigh at the future. Sometimes
Wait,
you
wait,
laugh.
hold on. Back up. How do you? She's selling her farts as an NFT?
I don't know how that works. I
Is
maybe
she selling a picture of her farting into a jar as an NFT?
maybe she farts on the
Next.
keyboard. And then there's some like
and then
and
the
then, like,
fart
see it-
infused letter E
yeah, and then like
becomes an NFT.
you know how like in the movies, right, when someone's typed in their code on the PC, you know, you blow the dust shit on it.
And you see the fingerprint.
Yeah, basically what happens is that she just farts on the keyboard, and whenever the fart is like traced on the board, she types out
The
the
world's
numbers.
shittiest Ouija board.
Yeah,
Maybe she has. Maybe she has a fart scanner where it digitizes her farts into bits, and that gets converted to an NFT, which can be put on the
He's my
blockchain.
fart binary.
God, I hate the internet
Yeah.
so much. Right
I
now.
mean, they recently, like Japan just made a screen that you could taste.
Oh yeah, the
apparently.
lickable
I saw that
screen.
Yeah,
from the
the
daily
little-
post
it's
of the
all
internet.
concepts.
Not
It's all
daily post of the
concepts.
internet.
Maylin's like
Hashtag
salivating
I
when
don't
she like
want to
saw
lick a
that.
screen. I
It
never
kind of
wanna
just
lick a
seems very
screen.
gross.
It's like half
Especially
the
during
good
COVID
foods
times,
because of the
that just-
textures. You
Yeah, what I
know?
want to know is
Yeah.
like
Hurts.
this screen, like the screens are like dirty enough as it is, and you're telling me that there's gonna be people constantly licking the screen.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have to like clean it every time you have like a single?
Have
like,
we not learned anything from this pandemic? that is literally the worst idea in the world.
Oh shit. Whoops. Hold up. So you know, like, okay, when I watched this, like, when I first listened to this podcast, this part reminded me of it's like, I guess it's an American thing. I don't know, honestly. I just saw it like in shows, but where like in carnivals, or I don't know what the heck they are. like they do like this apple bobbing thing where they have like a bucket of water and they put like apples inside, and people everyone just sticks their head inside it and try to like catch the apple with their mouth and like bite the apple out. That is just so gross. Like even before pandemic, that was just gross to me. But it was completely normal in like a lot of carnivals that I've seen, which was quite strange. The apple bobbing, that's what it was. Yeah, that just seems very unhygienic because everyone is just licking the same apple. Okay. Continuing on. Just wanted to point that out.
Why did you have to
Apple
announce it
bobbing.
now?
No, I bet JoJo fans would be happy.
It's like, oh my god, it's like Gujarati, right? Finally, I can live out my dream of leaking sweat. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I just can't get over the fucking fart NFT.
It's pretty bad.
I just want to know how it works now.
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought we had.
Can you
peaked-
Google this, Ashley, for us?
Can you Google fart NFT?
Yeah.
How this works, please?
I thought humanity had hit its low when Belle Delphine was selling her bathwater, but
Yeah.
who knew that was just the beginning? that was she was trying to warn us of the future.
I think a lot of people sell their bathwater now, right? That's like a
that was
thing
but
now.
the genesis of the apocalypse. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people sell bathwater now. I'm sure a lot of
Oh
people.
yeah, I'm
I sell
sure.
one. No one buys it. I sell it
I'll be honest. I don't browse OnlyFans so much, so
so much.
I mean, I don't.
implying you proud as OnlyFans at all.
Yeah, I don't browse OnlyFans, so I don't know
So that's it.
what
Do you have
kind
like a
of
secret
What?
OnlyFans account that we don't know?
Wait, huh? Just fuck
Calls
up.
out.
yeah.
Well, I fucked
I
up.
don't know what people are selling on OnlyFans. I
did
don't
I?
know if I want to
Hold
know
up.
what people are
Huh?
selling on
What?
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
If this is the kind of
Okay,
shit that
wait.
gets leaked
You know,
out to the
I thought
mainstream
that
media.
when I saw the
Color.
bathwater thing, I
Color.
already thought
Oh,
that
no,
was
it didn't
ridiculous,
color.
but, like,
I
even
hadn't
before
fucked up.
that,
They're
like,
just
there was
very,
those
very
places that
similar
were
in color.
selling,
That's why I
like-
thought I
You
fucked
ever
up.
see those like
They're just
places that
very
were selling
similar
like
in
cans filled
color.
with like
Okay.
air?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Like this is a can filled with Hawaiian air.
Hawaiian
Yeah.
air.
Really? How did you get that air?
I'm about to start selling Fusion air from the moon. I don't know. Like, fuck, what was I gonna say? Let me something about fucking whole selling random objects thing. That was so stupid, man.
Did you just go to Hawaii? Go like that, or
It was just
just
selling
open the
an
jar.
idea,
just open
pretty
the
much.
jar,
Fusion
right?
brand air.
UPS.
Well, I guess how is that different from spring water, right? You have like,
right?
I,
But
I-
but
Like,
spring
it's
water
mainly
makes
just,
more
like-
sense.
I can
Almost.
understand why
Okay,
someone
okay.
might make an argument. I don't.
Fusion
give a fuck. I'll
NFTs.
go-
I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put my mouth over the whole tap.
Yeah.
You know.
Get the full essence, get
I want the lime scale
Very.
and all. But yeah, you know, I guess some people are picky. They they don't want it. But normally the whole bottled water is just like tap water with. They just
With
add like a bunch of fucking
elements,
minerals.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just add shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Also-
it,
Do you mean minerals?
I mean,
Elements.
elements.
I mean,
Element
technically
zero.
not incorrect.
Yeah.
2 shots of lead.
I mean, it's like beauty products, right? Where
Yeah.
beauty products, like they market the story to you as like, oh, we got this product from like the mountains of the Himalayas, where like
Yeah.
only like the freshest tree grows or something like that.
NFTs
But
are
it's just
very-
someone in a fucking
I
lab.
know it's
that made it,
environmentally just
and they, put a
terrible.
they stuck a label on it. You know,
I'd rather not
It's-
contribute
it's no
to the
different.
NFT.
So you know, I
fiasco.
haven't done enough my research on
Unless I'm
where
really desperate.
spring
If I'm like
where bottled water
about
actually
to
comes
go
from.
homeless or some
Okay.
shit,
No,
I
don't
would
care.
go through everything I can
No,
before
it was a
resorting to
very
NFTs.
No's of no's.
no.
Like I would like
I'm like, man. I
make
like,
a GoFundMe
I will
page or
say
something
Don't
like that
dismiss that argument any
before I
faster.
make an
Do
NFT.
you care?
no.
I just want to know, did you actually care
No,
before we go down this argument and start
I-
talking about this?
I don't care. I'd like.
We're just,
okay,
it's just
okay.
bands. It's
Okay,
just
here-
bands.
I saw like those those documentaries where it's like Nestle,
Yeah.
where they just go into like towns of America and just take all their drinking water and then just sell it as bottled water because they add like, I don't know, like
A label to it.
they add like a 1.0 milligram of chlorine or something,
Hmm.
and then they're like, now it's treated water. It's no longer tap water.
Yeah. Well, wasn't like a massive controversy in England, at least, was the fact that
Dasani,
Dasani So Dasani is still in America, if I
Why
remember
does it
correctly.
seem so
Dasani's still in
thick?
America.
That's
But the
like
reason
two pieces of
Dasani's not
paper.
sold in England anymore is because
No,
there was this
I don't
massive
know why it feels so
controversy
thick. That's weird.
where Dasani marketed it as, fresh spring water, but it got found out that they were just selling bottled tap water.
But
Right.
the tap was coming from a spring or something anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously the people in the UK are very. I don't know how to explain it. Stuff like that really pisses British people off.
Right.
The fact that like you would try and sell us something that is just so basic is something
I'm
so
just,
much
I'm just
more.
wondering if it's spring water, but it's connected to a tap, and that spring water is coming out of a tap. Is it spring water or is it tap water?
It's a spring tap water.
Fuck's sake,
It's
Joe.
just tap spring water. It's whatever you want.
We've entered the water meta right now.
Okay. I'm going to bring you a step deeper in the water meta.
Okay.
Okay. So, onsen culture in Japan,
Yeah.
right? Are you going to tell me that every single onsen water
Yeah.
is like, is every single onsen we go to just, fresh from the earth?
No.
Or is it
Fresh
just.
volcanic
like,
water.
where does that water come from?
It's from the ground, but it's through a tap.
Yeah, it's true
Okay.
tap.
So
Yeah.
is it?
So,
What are you- what- okay, why are you
is
bringing this up? Why are
is
you bringing this up?
So
What
is
does
it
this got
hot
to do?
springs, or is it just?
It's just tap water.
Is it just? Is it? Are you just taking a bath in tap water like everyone
No,
else?
John, no.
Because tap water has to come from somewhere, right?
It's cursed.
A spring, perhaps?
I think tap water implies that it's like the grid, the national system.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the fucking thing you're taking
No,
an
because-
onsen bath in, guys.
Because I see some onsens have like the water get delivered to them by trucks, right?
Yeah.
Not tap
Oh,
water, but
wow.
they get it delivered by trucks. And I think, well, is it like?
I don't know,
Honestly,
the
that's kind
onsen
of
is, from what I understand, is
strange.
like it's the stuff in the water, like
Yeah.
the minerals
Yeah.
from like the whatever they dig out the fucking.
So,
ground.
so there's
Moon
so there's a
Creek,
clear
Candy
difference
Water.
between an onsen and a sento, which is a bathhouse.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Right. A sento is just hot water. There's no minerals in it. It doesn't have like any of like that natural stuff that makes makes it healthier.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
yeah.
And then an onsen is the stuff that is like mineralized, like from the fucking ground, like
Yeah.
onsen water.
Yeah.
Right. But I think most people just assume that like, oh, bathhouse equals onsen, which it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's two different things.
Well, like, hold up,
Because
actually.
like I do notice
Have you guys seen this series called like I don't know the Japanese name, but it's like something about solving mysteries after dinner. It's basically this Japanese drama. I guess the drama. I don't know the show. I guess it's a Japanese show basically. And in their special movie, was it a movie? It was like a special. I guess it was like 45 minutes. Was it? I think. And then basically this whole thing took place at kind of like an onsen place, and they were talking about how like I guess like this is kind of spoilery, but not really. How onsen water, or something like that. I'm pretty sure they said it was onsen water. Had a special type of like not chemical, but like a component in it that actually breaks down human like skin, which is why like whenever you finish onsens, your skin feels more refreshing. It's because it's actually like just break down your fingerprints. Because like in that show, basically, like the culprit, well I guess I don't know, whoever made it a locked room mystery, poured onsen water onto like the murder weapon, which dissolved the fingerprints. Or some shit like that. I don't know. Blame the movie if I'm wrong, okay? I'm just repeating what I said, repeating what like the movie claimed at least. That the onsen water can actually help break down your skin to make it all smooth and shit. I don't remember if it was onsen water, whatever kind of water. I'm pretty sure it was onsen water though. Probably just acidic water. Yeah, and it was like, oh, it's like it has the weird component, so it breaks down your fingerprints. Okay. It was like I think was it type of tea? Fuck, I don't remember. It was like a tea or onsen water. Fuck, I just remember it being like a hot liquid. Okay. It's a pretty good series. Great song, like great like, ending song. I really like the ending song. The ending song's very catchy and it feels very like yeah, it's a good song. And it's like the shows sometimes feel like it's definitely where like the main guy character is extremely smart and he instantly solves the puzzles, but like no one else actually does it. So basically, the show, the main female character, well, the main character actually, I guess she's the main character. Like she is the heiress of this, pretty much one of the biggest organizations in the world. Not organizations, I guess, like, she's basically, her family's really rich, but she doesn't want to rely on her family's name and shit. So she's like a kind of like a detective. She's like an assistant, kind of, with the detective. And like one day she gets a new butler, and then her butler is like really good at solving mysteries. Yeah, and like basically most of the episode is just her interviewing people like about a question, I guess, questioning people about the murder and like what stuff they know. And then she would tell all this to like the butler, like of course unwillingly because she has her pride. But if she's desperate, so she has to let go of her pride. Yep, and he just straight up solves it like really easily. That's just the whole show, basically. But it's very, like, even though the show is so simple, and, like, there's a lot of loopholes. It's live action, yes, it's live action. Live action show. But even though it's, like, very simple and a lot of loopholes, it's still very enjoyable, strangely. Of course. It's nice. I'd probably watch again at some point. I don't know. It's cute. That's what I could say. It's cute. Right, next follower is the Chin, the Mighty Chin. What? The Chin, the Mighty Chin. I just gotta make sure I didn't spell this wrong. Okay, let's go. Nice. Oh, hello, internet. Hello. Hey. Next one. Alright, next color is... That was pink, right? Yeah, pink. So now this is light green. And guess who's next? OP internet came just at the right time. OP internet-san. Because right now I'm making your crane. I just got tears. Okay, I'm making your crane right now, so you know. Yeah, I'm making it. Wait. I'm just folding. If you want, I can always write the message and like draw something tiny on it or something like that. I don't know. Anything's cool. Timing is impeccable as always. Oh man, oh yeah, yesterday, after like streaming Yakuza, yesterday before I slept, I ended up collecting most of like the locker keys off the ground. So got a lot of like small goodies and stuff. And also I exchanged for like the Trouble Finder, I think that's called. The Trouble Finder. So that now, as long as I have it like equipped, if there's a story quest available, then I can like it would just appear on the map. So now I could just do that. It'd be much easier to find stuff there. That'd be nice. Do you want a message? Okay, okay. I wonder if you guys actually hear, because I just don't see the audio thing moving when I'm crumpling paper. So I'm curious. Very curious. Okay. I'm almost done with this one. Just a couple more folds. Alright, OP was here on it. That's a good message. I just need to finish this. Okay. I'm about to write the name. Let me just make sure. Okay. Okay, I'm done with that. And OP was here. Okay. OP was. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, uh, 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 um, uh. Damn. I guess my first screw up on a crane. I was writing the OP was here, but then I. Let me see this. I guess like my mind made it an A. My mind just automatically made the U and A. OPY. It's supposed to be double W U Z. Do you still want the Z then? Just leave it W. Okay. There it is then. There it is. OPY. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's that. Sorry for my mistake. Alright. Next then. Okay. Let's see, what was that? That was that color. And then this color, I believe. That's hard to keep track of this stack of like papers because I probably should like separate these into like order, but I don't have much space. So I'm just gonna do this. It's completely fine, I guess. But yes, it does like a bit of Yakuza grinding-ish off stream, which is pretty cool. Got some cool goodies. Can't wait to like farm a shit ton. Again, like, and also I realized that rush mode in Yakuza Kiwami is just not as good. Wasn't rush mode? Not rush mode. Brawler, that's what it was. Brawler mode is just not as good. Not brawler. Oh my god, I'm fucking sorry. I meant the yellow one. The beast one, I think. The beast. I meant to say that brawler is what I'm like preferring in this Yakuza Kiwami instead of the beast. Because the beast, it was just overpowered in Yakuza 0 and it just brushed through everything. But in Yakuza Kiwami, a lot of the times when I try to like, I don't know, hit stuff, my combo just gets interrupted because of how slow like the beast mode is. And the enemies just keep smacking me. I'm like interrupting everything. So I think I'm just gonna use brawler or dragon mode from now on. Unless there's like specific reason to use rush. I tend not to use rush because in Yakuza 0 it didn't do as much damage, which was a bit annoying. Or like it would take a long time to to get stuff. Okay, let's continue on with the podcast, which I've paused for like I don't know how long now.
Depending on the onsen we go to, like the water is like very different depending on where you go.
Oh yeah, there's like 30 different types or something ridiculous. of
Yeah.
onsens.
Yeah, it's probably more than
so
that,
many.
honestly, yeah.
Because it's all just different makeups, right?
Yeah.
Like the acid one, I went with Chris into an acid onsen, and then
And
obviously
then the one we went to last week.
yeah, we went
which
to
was
one last
very
week.
lovely.
Oh,
We
we
just
Oh
keep
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
that.
Trip.
We can talk about that. That's a good segue.
Amazing segue, Joey.
to
Thank
talk,
you.
to talk about the fact that we just went on holiday
Yeah.
on a ski trip, which we've revealed is not going to be a special.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we do like to hang out with each other and not always have
God
to pressure
forbid we hang out outside of content.
outside of, even though Joey made a
Even though I made a vlog about it.
which may or may not be out by now.
It'll probably be out by now.
yeah, but we went to where did we go again? Nisekoi.
Niseko. Not
Nisekoi.
Nisekoi. That's a manga.
That's a manga. I completely just Nisekoi. Nisekoi. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Niseko.
Yeah,
In
in
Hokkaido.
Hokkaido. It's like one of the most famous ski resorts in Japan, probably like top
But
two.
there's
Isn't it
sort of like
Or
2 days.
Hakuba
It's
and
been
Niseko,
annoying.
the two famous
Pain.
ones.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The
Did
two
you
big boys.
drink water?
Sao in Yamagata.
That's not that famous though.
Yeah, Zao is famous in Japan.
I've also been there, and it is like
It's-
very,
it-
very old.
Yeah, it's not as great. in
Every
my
ski
opinion.
lift was like a plank. It just like took you.
Yeah,
up.
I mean,
Hand cranked.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that this is my first proper ski trip because unlike before, I
Recently,
only
my
went for a
back's
day.
been really
And then
bad.
I was like
I'm
out of
not just my
commission
back,
for
just like my
every
entire
other day.
lower
So
half
I
of
had
my
like
body.
one day of
I just
snowboarding. This
been
time
awful.
I had
Like my
basically
legs, like,
like
mainly
4
my
days
my
of
feet,
snowboarding.
Yeah.
2 like
like
full
the
hard
bottom
days
half of
and
my
2
not bottom
like
half, like my
kind of like
bottom
softer,
back, the
take
lower
it
back
easy
is what
days,
it's
but
called.
still
Yeah.
4
The lower
days of
back
snowboarding.
hurts.
And
I
yeah, it
think
was
it's
a lot of
just the
fucking
way
fun.
I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But my god, did my
I
body
put too
hurt
much
the day
pressure on the
after.
bottom back
Holy
part.
fucking
Did
shit.
your mum ask you how the
Which
white
was-
person sport was? Is that what she asked you last time or something?
Yeah, she asked me last time.
She's like, how are the white people?
How are the white people there? I will say though, it was so weird going to that ski resort and just going to that town and just seeing more people speaking English than
Oh,
they
yeah.
were Japanese.
I think I
Yeah.
heard
Right.
less Japanese. Like I heard more Chinese and English than I did.
Japanese.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And that's only going to increase once the borders open up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like every single staff member, not just in the hotel we stayed at, but just in town,
Okay,
for
next
some
is
reason,
drops
spoke English.
basement.
And you know there are a lot of Aussies there, a lot of
A lot of
Aussies there.
Aussies, yeah.
And you know if they weren't speaking English, then they were basically speaking Mandarin or Cantonese, you know.
Mm.
And then you had the very few people were just speaking Japanese. The Japanese people were literally in the minority,
Yeah.
from what I could see. And
Wait.
the country's closed off. So how bad is it going to be when
Oh,
the country
dude.
actually opens up and tourism comes back in?
Because I remember when I worked in Hakuba, which is the other famous one in Niigata. That is like, it's like almost 99%.
I don't know what you mean. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Nagano. Yeah, sorry. It's like 99% Australians. Like
The
it's actually scary. Like I remember some days being there, like going around to like restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would step outside after the restaurant, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in Japan." Because when you're inside the restaurant, everyone's
It's true.
Australian.
Yeah.
So it feels like I'm back home in Australia.
Feels
Like-
like every country has their national pests.
Yeah.
Australia has the cane toads.
Yeah.
Japan has Australians.
Japan has Australians.
Localized at the ski resorts.
Just going in and you're like, oh yeah, sick cunts, yeah.
That's how you know when you're at home.
Oh my god.
No, because yeah, it was super surreal for me being in a place which was very clearly Japan, but all the signs were in English, the menus were in English, and all the staff members spoke English as well.
It was weird, man. It was weird.
Like I tried my best to speak Japanese to like anyone I met, whenever I went to a cashier or something, and anytime I did, they would just always reply back in perfect English.
That's funny because when I was booking the hotel, actually I booked the hotel for us all. When I booked it, right, I asked like for like a shuttle service
Yeah.
to pick us up because it's like 2 hours and a half
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the airport.
From the airport, yeah.
And I was like, well, there's, on booking.com, it says they have a shuttle service. I was like, oh, great. So I clicked it. 2 days before, they messaged me. They're like, by the way, we don't have a shuttle service.
Bro,
I was
what?
like, what? What do you mean you don't have a shuttle service? They're like, we don't have one, but we can help you get one. You can just go to these links and get the bus.
Yeah.
And so I go and look for the bus. There's
Yeah.
no seats left on the bus. I'm like, oh shit, what do we do?
Yeah.
So I called up the hotel, and then I remember. So this is where I talked to the guy, and I'm like, oh, is English okay in Japanese? And he's like, in English, he goes, oh, thank God. He was like, yeah, that's great, that's perfect. I was like, yeah, I don't really like speaking Japanese. And I was like, oh, great, all right. He's like from the Philippines or something.
Okay.
And then I was like, all right, sick. And he was like super chill. He was like, yeah, we'll get you a taxi, mate. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Very expensive taxi. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We fucked up. We didn't book beforehand
Yeah.
like
Like
normal
years ago.
people because we booked the trip pretty late as well, right? Like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was
something
like
like that.
quite expensive, but
Mm.
it was good
Yeah.
though. But like,
It was like
yeah.
smack bang in the middle of the season as
But
well. So
it's
it's probably like
less
the
than-
most amount of people.
I always
But it was
order
really
my
good.
trips,
Yeah,
not
it's
order my
Really
trips.
good. I will say this was
Like whenever I
like
do go on trips, I
probably
always
the
schedule
coldest
everything
weather I've consistently been in.
months
because,
and
like,
months before.
Throughout my entire life,
I plan out
the coldest
everything
weather
before I do
I've
anything.
really had to deal with is like -5,
After
-6,
summer.
right?
Oh God.
So-
how did you manage?
Huh?
How did you
Afi-
manage?
So like in my mind,
underscores.
when you guys were telling me to pack winter
Okay.
clothes, pack all these different kind of like
Okay.
thermal gear and everything like that, I'm just like, it's cold. I get it. I know it's going to be cold. Nothing in my mind could process really just how cold it is up there and just how cold it feels. Because to me, like it
Oh, I
gets to
might have-
-5 and
I might
anything
have
below
used two
-5,
sheets of
I'm
paper.
just like,
I feel like
motherfucker,
four-
it's
I'm
cold.
confused.
And I'm like, I know, it is
Like the
cold,
green one.
That's how my mind processes it.
Yeah.
But
I
I
might have
didn't
used
like
sheets of
my
paper.
body wasn't prepared for just like the different
I?
types of coldness because it just never had
Huh.
experienced that before. At least
So,
like
I think
not
one of
to
the papers
not to
felt
such a big
thicker
degree
than
because I've been
normal.
in Wisconsin in winter and it gets
That's why I'm
fucking
like
cold.
just
and
doubting
everything.
everything.
But we just stay inside all the time. We're not
Right,
out there
right,
fucking
okay.
snowboarding, skiing, and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
To put it in perspective, I think every day on average it was like minus like 10 or 11.
It was
Yeah.
it was minus like 16 at the top as well.
Yeah, it was
My
minus
number
9.
follower
it,
was
like,
that?
shot down even lower.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because
Me
we had like
dick.
this I don't know what you call it, not a balaclava, but like just like a cloth.
Like a face mask.
Yeah,
That's not
kind of
a
like
face
face
mask.
mask.
I
Well, it's just
believe
like a piece of cloth
27.
that you put underneath your mask that
Mm.
blocks here, so that you don't
Yeah.
freeze your face off.
Yeah.
But like one of the days it was so cold that like after like one run of going down like one of the things, I tried to touch it and it was rock solid.
Yeah.
Like it like wouldn't move.
It
It was
just
like
froze.
frozen
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. It was so cool though, man. It was such a cool ski resort.
It was. I guess being in that kind of cold weather or being that in that kind of cold place kind of put things into perspective for me with that. If you are like ill-equipped, like just to go outside for like a quick walk or something, you'll probably die,
Yeah.
you know? And I guess I've never been in an environment where I've needed to worry about just having basic gear to protect myself from the weather. Otherwise, my life would be in danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like it gets cold, but it's like bearable.
yeah,
right?
it gets cold, but like just run to the nearest combine, innit? Or just run to the
Yeah.
nearest Tesco's and just warm up. You run a bit more, but like
The nearest
when-
company was like 30 minutes
yeah,
away.
yeah, because there was nothing open,
Yeah.
right? And I remember when we arrived to the hotel, we got greeted by the receptionist and everything like that, and he said, "Oh, you know, if you want to go into town, make sure you book a taxi, because if you don't book a taxi, every taxi is going to stop at about midnight."
Yeah.
And they've had some people that have gone into town, which is a bit further away from the ski resorts, and had no way to get back in like minus 10 weather.
It's like a
Bruh.
20-minute drive.
It's like a 20-minute
Yeah.
drive, yeah.
It's like a 2-hour walk. In the
Yeah,
snow,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah, because the ski resort has a bunch of different areas around it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of mountains.
Yeah, we went to this village called Hirafu, which is technically on the next mountain.
That's
over.
good.
Yeah,
Nearest
just puts it in
Tesco's.
perspective how far away that is.
Yeah, so it just made me think, fuck, man, if we just forgot to call a taxi one day, we'd just be fucked because nowhere would be open. We couldn't get home, and we just have to like survive outside in the wilderness and like
This is why
minus
you
10,
gotta
minus,
prepare.
Yeah, we went
minus
to-
10
Be
degrees
careful.
weather.
In
Celsius, by the way,
foreign
Celsius.
places.
We went to that one bar.
Oh my
and
God.
Was he Australian or South African?
I think it was Australian.
No, he was Dutch, I believe.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think his
was
accent.
he Dutch?
His
I
accent
thought-
sounded Dutch.
I thought he had an
Yeah,
Aussie accent.
This guy was just
No,
like,
no,
he
no.
was just like, we were like, what do we do if we miss the cabs at midnight?
I would know if he was Aussie.
okay,
so?
okay,
He
Joe.
definitely
okay.
wasn't Aussie. He was
Okay.
he was European.
we asked him, we're like, what do we do if we miss the cabs? And the guy's like, oh, just walk home.
No, he said no. He was like, "Where are you staying?" And I was like, "At XYZ hotel." And he's like, "It's walkable." and I looked at Google Maps and it was like
An hour
walking
and 40
An
minutes.
hour and 40 minutes. I'm like, it's certainly walkable. Would I do it though? In minus 15-degree weather is a different question.
I mean, walkable is a technicality. I'm sure a human would be able to walk
Yeah.
from one end to the other.
I mean, Hokkaido to Tokyo is walkable. Like you can walk it
Angry
if you would
apes.
want to.
I mean, the South Pole is walkable. People have done it.
If you're
you know?
Jesus, you can walk anywhere.
The Pacific is walkable.
it's all walkable.
Like I have
Anything's
legs.
okay. Try hard.
Oh my God.
This episode is sponsored by Princess Connect.
Jesus Christ, Joe, you've already taken one life this year on the cooking special. Calm down, mate.
Well, remember when you two stuffed your mouths full with onigiri last year? Let me remind you both that this episode is sponsored by Princess Connect. And today's the 1-year anniversary of Princess Connect. And to
Wow.
celebrate, we're going to be reliving that
Shit.
good old dead meme of 2020.
Eating more onigiri?
No, because this is actually cake.
No way.
It was cake.
I forgot about the cake
I don't
name.
know why I cut it. You can easily
Where
just
it's
eat
like,
it as is.
you just, it looks like cake. Because that did not last very long. I mean, it's still technically kind of
Well, while the boys
popular
are
in certain
pleasantly eating
communities.
their cake this
but
time,
it's
let me
like,
tell you
yeah.
about the free stuff our sponsors at Crunchyroll Games are giving out to all of you anime fans out there. You get free 10 draws every day. I repeat, every day. Free 10 draws until February the 15th in the game. And double rate ups
What is
on
popular?
all 3-star
Like,
characters
anything
when
between
falling on the
20,
new
was it?
featured banner.
Like there was
Sweet is this cake I'm eating right now,
cake.
Joey.
The new
meme,
banner features
but it was
Mumi
like,
and
huh,
the Princess Gala,
it's
plus a
actually
bunch of
cake,
other
kinda like
characters you
that.
don't want to miss out on. If
It's
you've never
like,
tried Princess
you
Connect,
thought it was
this is
like
the
a
best time to
Japanese
check
cake
it out.
or
and one
just
of
whatever,
5
and then it's just
million
cake.
others in on the action.
I don't remember the
Listen
meme.
to
I
this
don't remember how the
cake
meme went.
full
I didn't like it.
Yo, hand me some of that cake.
Yeah, mine,
Go
try
on.
mine, try mine.
Unfortunately, you don't get these delicious onigiri cakes, but you might get your favorite Princess Connect waifu.
Thank you to Princess Connect for sponsoring this this episode. Back to the show.
It's so nice though. It's so good. We had like a really nice onsen in the hotel. Like you were
Yeah.
Oh, it
saying.
was one of the best onsens
And, like,
I've been in.
Being cold all day and then just going in the onsen, and the onsen was outside as well.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so good.
So you get this, like, if you kind of put yourself in the water, maybe up to like your chest or like the bottom of your shoulders, you get this perfect blend of like your bottom half is nice
doesn't
and
that
warm and
sound
toasty
fucking
in this
amazing?
mineral water, and then your top is
Yeah,
just
that
fucking
meme, it wasn't
cold
funny.
snow and
I didn't
cold.
like
Such
it.
anime.
It's so anime.
It's so anime, especially like going in an onsen is anime.
Yeah.
Going in an onsen in snow is just like this
Anime
is
AF.
It's pretty anime.
because you're literally sitting there and you see the anime steam where you know you see the steam where it like senses everything. That's literally what it was
Yeah,
like.
you couldn't see anything. Like, 'cause there was just so much steam.
Yeah.
You couldn't see anything.
It was amazing.
Yeah, so it's just like a real life sensor, and so this view we had of just the snow as well, it looked so fucking aesthetic. It was just unfair. It looked like a wallpaper.
It was
you
like
know?
Unreal Engine 5.
It
It's like-
literally,
did, it did.
looked like an Unreal Engine
It's a
test. you know?
rendering of not real life.
yeah.
It looked so good that it looked unrealistic. you know.
That's the only part I regret not being able to vlog, because that was probably
Yeah.
like the most aesthetic
You
part.
can't take a camera in there.
I can't take a
Oh,
camera.
what's
in
going on, guys?
Like, yeah, fucking dicks out, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
because
so
it
nice.
was so cold on top that as you were just staring at the landscape, your hair would freeze.
Yeah.
So like our hair was
Arecuban.
frozen solid, while our bottom halves were like
Arecuban.
nice and toasty.
But it was so weird because, like, even though your hair is frozen and like your shoulders and head are just like covered in snow, you're not cold because
Yeah.
you're sitting in boiling hot water.
yeah, you're sitting in boiling hot water.
So it's like this perfect weird balance, and it's just so
It was
nice.
so- I don't know what minerals they had going on in that bath, but like every day I felt like silky smooth.
Yeah, you see what I
I
said?
felt
You see what I
amazing.
said?
Yeah, it was probably
Remember what I said about like the freaking the onsen water? Yeah, it's like it has to be like dissolving your skin or some shit. I need to skip the color black. Okay, red, pink, tannish. I continue.
salty.
like baby lotion.
Whatever that mineral was,
You
it
don't
was
drink
definitely
it,
a bit.
Garn.
I know I don't drink it. I didn't mean to drink
God
it.
gets in the onsen, he's like, yeah, just kind of.
I gotta coat my stomach.
Yeah, he's like the fucking ice cream testing guy.
That's a 10.
Yeah, he's like
Cover all 9,000
Sulfuric.
taste buds.
acid, hydroform.
Oh, you know, sometimes a bit of the bath water just slips in. God, I sound like I sound like fucking Mail-In now. Like, you guys never licked bath water before?
I didn't get any
What?
of the bath water.
I don't
in
like
my
how you
mouth.
use the word slipped in.
Why you saying it
that
like
that implies it's going somewhere
I
else.
don't know, sometimes you just like washing your face or whatever, and you just get a
You
quick
gotta wash your
taste.
face with the onsen water.
Huh? Well, sometimes like, my face was like freezing cold. I needed to like warm
No.
it up.
No.
That's what the towel's for, Garn.
Well, you get the water on the towel as well. You know,
That's true.
How was your skiing, snowboarding, Garn? How did
it
it go?
was.
Do
It
you
was.
think you improved a lot?
I did think I improved. a
I
lot.
think Gone improved,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like I definitely my confidence went way up from like day 1 to day 4.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think I learned the most on day 4,
Mm.
right? Because day 1, 2, and 3, I had
I'm
one
gonna go
goal:
snowboarding one day.
survive, right?
Seems so fun.
The fucking Halo music starts playing.
Objective survive.
No, because you go down some of these slopes, and I was having a chat with Connor about, you know, there are like green slopes, there are like red slopes, and there are like black slopes. But at the end of the day, it's just a fucking label, you know. God's not there creating mountains, being like, I'm going to make this a green slope at exactly the same angle throughout. I'm just like,
And the map maker's like, yes, my lord. I will write that down.
he's just like playing like Sim City with the fucking Earth or whatever, you know. God's not fucking doing that. You get what you're given with the mountains, and not
Yeah.
every mountain and not every slope, even if it's labeled a green slope, there
Yeah.
are different variations, there are different variables.
Some of the red slopes were actually easier than the greens.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with snow sports at all, the slopes normally categorized in colors or diamonds wherever you're from. But
Shapes, yeah.
yeah, normally it's green is easiest. Then some also use blue
Yeah.
in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Australia
So,
also has blues,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
so in Europe, you sometimes see green, you sometimes don't. It depends on
Yeah.
which country you're in. But
yeah.
it's normally blue, red, black, and in America you have black diamond. Japan also uses black diamond as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
red
I'm
circle.
talking about skiing. Yeah,
sorry,
I
green
think
circle, red
skiing
square,
and then
black diamond.
snowboard. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, because in Japan there's
Green
like
square,
there's-
black
No, green circle.
green circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
because normally the biggest variation of difficulty comes in black slopes.
Yeah.
Because they're like some of them are literally just like
They're not treated
cliffs.
at all.
Yeah.
some of them are just awful, and so that's why there's even normally a bigger scale. But in Europe, it's just all black.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck it, it's all hard.
Yeah.
Let's
So
do it.
You've been skiing before.
yeah. So on the first day, we just stayed on like literally the baby beginner slope. It was literally
Gant
like
did, I didn't.
Oh,
Well,
well,
yeah,
well,
well,
yeah.
Me and Gant did
Yeah,
because
me-
it was like the warm up slope.
yeah, me, Joey, and Luke stayed on the beginner slope, the baby park slope
Yeah.
of this fucking ski resort. And then the next day, we're like, okay, we're feeling confident now. We're feeling confident to actually take the gondola up to like the top of the mountain and ski down the green slopes. So there was like no distinction from me from what was a green slope and what was a red slope. We actually followed Connor and we accidentally took a red slope. I couldn't tell the difference
It
at
was
all.
exactly the same.
Because they were just like me, fucking fighting for my life to go down like the tiniest little slope. And that's like I couldn't tell the difference between like a few degrees.
Not to mention the weather that day was so shit. Like the visibility was like 5 meters. If
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So this resort had a beginner slope, and when I say beginner slope, this is the most beginner slope I've
I went
ever seen.
skiing.
Yeah.
It is literally like a flat
you live
surface
next
that
to Sligo?
sometimes
Damn.
goes
Like-
to a 1% in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 1 or 2.
So really
Gotta go
amazing
skiing
if
one
you're
day.
actually
It'd be
like
amazing.
beginner.
Which
beginner.
Luke was.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
first,
Yeah.
so we had a friend who came with us, Luke, who had never skied in his life,
Yeah.
and it was a good start.
That
I think he
sounds
got
amazing.
confident on that.
Seems very fun.
Yeah, he did.
He was like,
he
oh,
did.
I've only fallen over once. I can go to the top.
And so, if you wanted to go and do any other slopes that were kind of difficult, we had to go all the way to the top.
Yeah.
And that's where it kind of gets, you don't really have a choice if some of them are difficult or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the day before we went up the day before, and it was like, the visibility was awful.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
could maybe see like 5 meters ahead of you.
yeah.
And we're going pretty fast, and it's like, I'm just hoping I don't find someone. Because if I do, I'm going to hit someone. And it's like, oh God. It was really sketchy. It was really
Yeah.
bad. And
Even
then,
but even the second day, the visibility is quite shit, right?
yeah. So the first day was a lot
Staying
worse.
in
I
your-
literally
You
couldn't,
hated
like,
it?
maybe I couldn't see where that
It seems very
camera-
Oh,
fun.
wow.
Maybe maybe Ashley, where Ashley is. That was
Yeah.
about where it starts to get blurry and I couldn't see anything.
Right,
Once you get that
But the next
speed.
day it was still bad.
Yeah.
But
not
so
as bad.
so we went with another friend, O'Hara, he's a YouTuber who lives here, and then
And
he's
Chris as well.
yeah, and Chris we took Chris as well. All right, so to give you a gauge of like the skill levels, I guess like what would you put yourself? What would you put?
Oh
yourself?
no.
I would say
Beginner.
it's O'Hara, you,
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah,
Yeah.
me, Gaunt, Luke.
Yeah.
yeah. So like.
Lowest
I've like no
24
issue
here
doing
is,
like
like,
black
slightly
slopes or
ribbed.
whatever. So me and O'Hara,
you'll be
because we were
okay.
like the most confident ones. We were like, all right. I was like, you go in the front, you like direct them, and I'll go in the back, and I'll like, if they fall over, I'll help them
Yeah.
get back up.
Yeah, yeah.
And luckily, I'm glad I was there because Luke at one point lost his ski in like really
Yeah.
thick snow, and when you're in ski boots, like, you can't really go up the mountain if you're
No.
not like
Yeah.
used to it. Like if you're like a beginner, it's really hard to like feel confident running around in ski
Yeah,
boots.
Yeah.
And I was wearing snowboard boots, so I was like, all right, just wait there. I'll go and dig through the snow. And
Yeah.
after like 5 minutes, I managed to find this fucking
Yeah.
ski buried in the snow. It'd gone underneath the snow, slid, so you couldn't even. There was no sign that
Yeah,
it, was,
yeah.
it,
Oh,
was, it
shit.
was there. So I
Right.
just had to like rummage through.
Yeah.
Eventually found
It's a
it.
good
So we went
imagine.
down anyway.
Yeah.
But so we took these guys up, and it was just a mess because like
I
none
think
of
you'll
them
be
could like stand
fine.
up. Chris is good at skiing, but Chris is lazy, right?
I did notice that. I did
Yeah.
notice
Chris can, and I reckon Chris could probably do a black slope, right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If Chris really tried.
Yeah.
Problem is, black slopes are really tiring and take a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't want to do that. And Chris also is like, he'll do reds, but you really have to convince him. He just
Right.
wants to do greens. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Chris, you could do reds so easily. What are you doing?
Yeah, because I remember like the third or fourth day, he came with me, Gaunt, and Luke on a green slope because that's when we started to get a little more confident. And he was like, "Yeah, I think I'll stick on a green too." And I'm like,
Fuck off. Get out of here.
such a
You passed
mood.
the exam. Go away.
and
Amazing.
he's like fucking skiing past us with no problem whatsoever, being like, "Come on, boys, catch up, catch up, boys." I'm like, "Fuck off."
'Cause, yeah, so the second day we tried to take them down, and how long did it take us to get to them? Okay, so if I went from top to bottom without stopping and I went as fast as I could probably do it in 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But that's like
Well,
dangerously
it
fast.
probably
Yeah,
took us 30 to 45 minutes.
No,
I think.
it took us like an hour. And a half.
Really?
It took like
2
the
hours.
first time.
degenerates.
at least.
Oh, the first time.
Because
yeah,
half
yeah.
the like I swear we spent like 15 to 20 minutes looking for you were looking for Luke's
Lil
skis.
Yeah.
And then before that as well,
Three.
because this was right at the start, so the visibility was so poor,
Right.
I probably would have a hard time seeing Joey from where he's
Yeah.
sitting. That's how poor the visibility was. And this was also like basically
Nice.
my second full day skiing, sorry, snowboarding. So I didn't know how to properly control my board. And I remember we were trying to stick close to a group, right? We were trying to stick close to a group. And I'm fighting for my life just to like see where the group was, right? And so before every hill, we all stop before a hill. Unfortunately, my control of the board was not good enough that I knew how to stop yet. so these guys were stopped waiting for me and Luke. And so I come along and I try to stop and I realize that I'm stopping too late and I'm sliding down the slope. So I start shouting out, guys, I'm going down. I'm just going to go ahead. And like, and nobody looked back. And I just start stumbling down this fucking hill, get halfway down, and I turn around to see if anyone's followed. Wait a minute. Wait 2 minutes. Wait 5 minutes. There's nobody. And I'm just like, fuck, where is everybody? I am on this slope at the top of this mountain by myself and I can't even fucking stop correctly. So I had to like, I was like messaging the Lion group trying to get their attention. Luckily I waited long enough for you guys to come down because these guys were waiting for me this entire
We
time.
thought that Garm was behind us.
Yeah.
That's how poor the visibility was. So yeah, we wasted just 20 minutes where you were waiting for me and I was waiting for you. Just because we couldn't fucking see each other.
Because I was really worried because this the way that this mountain was laid out is that like basically
Snow
you have to do like
is
really big S's
cool.
to stay on the easy ones, and if they took any turn at any point, they would go down
You
a
have to
black
drive.
slope.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
a clean.
Then it's not
And I was
point one.
like,
If I'm
they're
on
gonna die
vacation,
if they
there's
go down a
snow.
black slope.
It's
Yeah.
like maybe I'll just
I
like
gotta do my best to make sure like we got
like turn on the car
like what are they
once in a while, like turn on the engine
sheepdogs,
once in a while.
like trying to round them,
Like
trying to round
anytime
up all
after
the
that,
sheep.
you gotta
I'm like, come on,
shovel all
boys,
that
stick
snow.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like
just
that.
like,
Which is
ugh.
why I think I learned the most on the last day because on the last day we just found like this
Gross.
one slope that was perfect for beginners. And
It sounds
had,
really
like,
nice
a
though. I think
ski
it's
lift to take us back up,
pretty.
and you just have
It's
like
very
the
calming.
freedom to just
You
do
just
what
see
you want without
nothing but
worrying
white.
about dying or just breaking
Also,
bones.
the weather was absolutely gorgeous.
And the weather was like
Yeah,
great on the
so we
last
had
day as
3
well.
days of god awful weather, really
Yeah.
bad weather, and finally the last day
Yeah,
when
it
we're
was-
leaving.
it was
It was
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's a shame really because the next few days after that were also really good.
Yeah.
So we kind of booked it at the wrong time, but it was amazing weather. Really
Yeah.
good stuff on the last day.
I'm really impressed that nobody got injured. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, there's 6 of us. I mean, did you guys take any bad tumbles during the ski trip?
I let's just say I'm really glad I rented out a helmet because
Holy
I
Yeah,
think about
you always gotta need
80%
helmets,
of my
man.
falls involved me just my head just getting fucking
Don't
whiplash back
do
and
Right?
reckless
back of my
activities
head.
you
without
like kill a
helmets.
toddler, Gone?
I almost did. Because like on the first like 2-3 days, I didn't know how to stop.
Yeah.
So my technique for stopping involved falling over. And if I didn't
Ryan's
fall over, I would just basically
F14.
just take out whoever like was in front of me,
There's
right?
this
Okay.
great photo that Luke took of you, just like there's this kid right here, and then there's just Gaunt menacingly behind me, like I'm about to destroy you. Move out of the way.
So I must have decked at least like 3 kids on the slope for like the first 3 days.
Fuck them kids.
God, the kid killer.
Thank God, no one got injured except for those 3 kids.
Yeah, none of us got injured, God.
Like it was
Hey,
because it was
Miss
like a
Buffalo.
competition because like me and Luke just kept fucking crashing into each other on the first 2 days because we had
slightly
0
difference.
control.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to control our boards, right? And I remember Luke decked Joey
Yeah,
once.
Luke fucking leg swept me.
I had a great POV of this. I was like,
Really?
I was I was like leading everyone down the right slopes,
Yeah.
and then I was waiting for them at the bottom, and I saw Joey just slowly like going down like this.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, like RKO, I just see our friend Luke, who doesn't know how to stop, just coming, and I see Joey's like, and I'm like, I'm about getting my popcorn out. I'm just waiting for this to happen. And then Joey's going, doesn't move his head at all, and
Yeah.
then suddenly he just
We
goes
didn't
boom,
stretch.
right in the back of his legs, and
man.
Joey just flips
Ow.
over.
Like I
So funny.
because all I heard because I was slowly going down because it was kind of a narrow stretch
I
and
had,
also
like,
I was
get
waiting for
myself a
Luke,
back
right?
cushion or
Yeah.
something.
So I was slowly going down because I saw you guys there, and I remember
Pain.
specifically
Okay.
behind me I could hear Luke in the distance going sorry. And it's just getting louder and louder and louder. But I thought he was saying that to other people, right,
Yeah.
that were behind me.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Luke, silly him.
Silly him.
It gets louder. Sorry. And then just bam! Right in the back of my knees. I just get flipped over.
I should have been more concerned, but it was so funny.
Yeah.
I wish you had filmed that.
Yeah.
By the time I realized it was happening, it was like 5 seconds
Oh,
until
yeah,
collision.
yeah.
Couldn't have got my phone out, but I wish I did.
I wanted to see.
I
the
wanted
POV
to
of
see that.
Wish I had,
I'll-
wish I had my GoPro on permanently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I was too busy like falling over myself to really see what everyone else was like falling over. Because I remember I had a few bad tumbles, but actually like some of the worst tumbles was when I was just actually not going the fastest. It was like because when you go fast, sometimes like you guys saw me have some pretty big falls where I did like a fucking triple backflip or whatever,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. But to me, those falls are fine because you take the momentum and then you just like literally roll with it, right? And you hardly feel it. Some of the worst falls I had was on like the second day.
I think I saw this one.
Yeah, these guys were trying to like warn me not to stop myself with my hands, right? Because sometimes if you have a bad fall and you stop yourself with your
Oh God, I
hands,
remember this.
you could
snap
break
your
You
wrist.
can snap your wrist or
Yeah.
break your arm or something. So
Yeah.
they were telling me, you gotta fall on your arms. You gotta do this. Make sure you don't try to catch yourself. You gotta do this, and you like this, right?
Yeah.
And I took that as I'm going to do this, right?
Basically
Not
now,
realizing
Garnt's
the mistake
fists
I
are
was
right in front of
about
his face.
to encounter. Because what happens is I had I was taking a bunch of tumbles. I was like, this doesn't hurt. I'm a fucking pro at falling over with a snowboard. So there's one time I was going down this really like the slope wasn't steep at all. I was going pretty slowly, but I just catch the edge and I'm about to fall straight to my face. So I do what they tell me and I tuck my arms in. Unfortunately, my fists were right in front of my face, right? So what happens is I fall on my arm and I just fucking deck myself in the face. I just go, whoosh.
I did buy a snowdriver for your driveway. Oh, I have a
And
snowdriver
I
at home as well.
remember I fall over, and you know when you have a bad fall, and you just
It's
gotta
cool.
like lay
If
there,
it,
and
like,
just question life. for a
never
bit.
end up
That's
using
when you know
it.
it's bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Dark
And I
Silhouettes,
remember
I
I lay
think.
there for a few seconds. And I
Dark
just hear
Silhouette was
Connor going,
2Ks.
right, go on.
Because I just saw this, like, because obviously it looks like ants in the background. I just saw Gant just fall on his face, and I was like, get back up, Gant. Get back up. Get back up. And then he didn't get up, and I'm like, oh no, he hurt himself.
There was a couple of times, like on the
Hard
last day, I
driveway,
think
so
where
we
you
just
did that
space
like
with some
triple
British
backflip,
people
right?
can
I saw
Oh,
it-
yeah.
I saw it in the distance, and I was like, oh, that looked like it hurt. And then God just did a move for about 20 seconds. I was like, oh, he's dead. Oh, he's straight up dead.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. I just saw like someone doing like flips, but not
Yeah.
the good
I
kind
could
of
hear the
flips.
SSX music playing when that was happening. It's like, it's tricky.
He took so many falls.
I did. But
Yeah, so
I
bad.
think that's when I learned the most, though. When you do take the falls.
Yeah,
on
It's
exactly.
not about how many times you get hit down. It's how you get. It's how many times you get back
It's
up.
about drive.
Yeah.
It's about the drive.
It's actually like the most embarrassing fall I took wasn't even on the slopes. It was on the ski lift.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because well, Joey was there because me and Joey were trying to get on the ski lift together.
It's like two-man ski
So
lift.
it was a 2-man ski lift. So me and Joey line up together. So we're just gonna have a nice chill ride up on the mountain. And so I look back. I've done the ski lift a bunch of times, so I'm not even a beginner anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like know how to get on the ski lift, right? So
Also, you thought.
It is a lot harder on a snowboard than a ski.
Yeah.
Also, I thought because I'm standing there waiting for the ski lift to come around. I look back, and in my mind, I take a mental note of the momentum of the ski lift, right? So I know how fast this thing's going.
Yeah.
And so right before it gets near us, I turn around thinking it's going to have the same momentum, not thinking that they're going to slow it down for us. So what I do is I turn around and I just sit. And you know that feeling where you take a step where you think there's like a stair and then there's just not?
Yeah.
So I had that feeling where I sit down and I just feel nothing and I'm like, oh no. And like, I just collapse.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I notice is I feel like the fucking bump on the back of my helmet, which thank God I was wearing a helmet at this point.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, they're going to stop the ski lift. So my instinct is just to adopt the fetal position while they hopefully stop the ski lift. Plot twist, they don't stop the ski lift. And so the ski lift just goes over me. And Joey, I guess, just snowboards over me because I look up thinking, what the fuck's happened? And I just see Joey just looking back on the ski lift being like, you're right, dickhead.
Oh no, it was amazing because like
I'm surprised they didn't stop it. They
Yeah,
should. They should have
yeah,
no,
stopped
right?
Oh,
Because
God.
like
Oh,
because
God.
how
What
I
the
usually
fuck?
do it with like skis or snowboards is I
Oh.
wait for
my head just all of a sudden just
physically
Yeah.
hit me in the
started
back of
got
the
smacked or
knees.
something
So
like
that's
that.
where I know.
Like,
Oh,
my
that's where
head
I know
just
things-
Kind of like
Yeah.
bend
felt
over. Just get my
awful.
butt ready.
So I was
What
doing
the
that. I
heck?
was looking back, just waiting.
Felt extremely
until it
nauseous
hits
all of a
me right
sudden.
here, and then I look over, look up,
That was weird.
sit down,
That was weird.
thinking it's all good, and then I hear
Here's
like
some
this
water.
horrible scraping sound from somewhere. I was like, what's going on? I look over and Garnt's just down there under the thing, just like this. And I was like, oh, they're gonna stop it. They don't stop it. It's right over Garnt. I was like,
That's cruel.
all right,
That's
bye, I guess. Oh yeah, and then they finally stop it after it's gone past you.
Yeah, yeah.
And the woman comes over being like, "You all right?" I'm like, "What do you mean you all right? You should have stopped it. Why did you check up on him after you let the chair go?"
It's like watching a fight with the teachers, like watching the kids
Yeah,
fight.
yeah,
at school. But, like when it's over, like, oh, you guys all
And
right?
it's like, I'll wait for them to throw a few.
Yeah, I'll break
punches
it up, break
first,
it up after
and
it's
then bring it
over.
up. Yeah.
But no, that was the most embarrassing one because it just like everyone was just obviously
Staring.
staring at me. I stopped the entire ski lift, and yeah, that was just like social anxiety up through the roof because I'm just like,
it happens, man.
yeah, I know it happens.
They
Yeah,
can't see your face.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're completely
That's
covered
true.
up.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. Aside from that, had a fucking wonderful time. My body hurt a lot, but
Yeah.
it was worth it. I'm like just I'm raring to go again. Honestly.
This is probably like some of the best snow I've ever snowboarded or skied on in my
Yeah,
life.
Niska
It was
was-
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, how's it compared to like European ski resorts?
I think I like European
Nor
ones more.
nor.
They're normally
But
bigger,
nor
way more
nor.
like options. But
Mm.
I mean, it was the quality of snow was insane. It was
Yeah.
so good.
It powdered
No,
snow like,
So,
like,
2 meters a day or something.
Yeah, yeah. So most of the black slopes weren't like groomed. So we went on one, and it was literally just like it was like on a
Meters.
cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I fell over on one of them because it was just too deep. It was so hard to turn. And it was really bad because I basically just shoveled a shit ton of snow into my jacket and pants.
Oh,
And I was freezing, and I was like in the cold with my
Alright,
hand.
4 more and I'm
trying
done.
to scoop this out, like
Yeah.
minus 15, trying to get all the snow out. Because if you just leave it in, it'll just melt and then you'll be
Yeah.
wet.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
even worse. So I'm
That's the worst.
Yeah.
trying to get it out. I'm like, fuck. And then I had to like ski for another hour. My ass was completely numb. I couldn't feel anything. It was
Hiya.
so bad.
Hello,
And
Crumb.
when I got back to the room, I was like,
back.
I can't feel my ass.
Welcome.
It's been
My
numb for like a
folding
good 2
cranes.
hours. Someone could have smacked my ass and I would have known.
That clip's definitely going to be taken out of context.
Can't feel my ass.
I can't feel my
Right.
ass. I just
No.
took such a beating.
It's so
right?
numb.
I'm
doing
also
too much
listening
riding
to
on
a
the
Trash
board.
Taste podcast.
It was so good though. It was really cool. It was really good ski
Yeah, it was
resort. I want to go
fantastic
back.
snow.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass to get to, but good.
Yeah.
I think if I go there again, I'd probably want to like go to Sapporo for a bit or something.
Yeah.
And then go there.
I think that's what a lot of tourists do is they like kind of maybe dedicate like a week or two for like the whole thing because it is kind of out of the way, especially if you're coming from Tokyo.
Sapporo's
Yeah.
a really fun city.
Yeah, Sapporo's a great city.
Sapporo's a really
Yeah.
chill city.
Like all I wanted to do on the ski trip was just get the basics down for my snowboarding, and I think I managed to do that. So
I think so.
yeah, so now I'm like more
Proud of you,
confident.
Carl.
Thank you.
Came along very well.
Yeah, you improved a lot.
But yeah, now I'm just ready to like tear it down with the boys for real, hopefully, and
Wow.
try and keep up with them.
The
What a
real
good
SSX
thing.
is
Yes,
tricky.
I am.
I want everyone to get better.
I'm
so
on
that
my
then Chris feels obliged to do that.
17th, no,
But he has no choice.
17th
'cause no one
this
wants to do greens
stream.
anymore.
Yeah.
in total
I
of
mean, we
37
accidentally
right
went
now.
down a reds on
The-
the second day, like
Yeah.
like we
Another-
just said.
Didn't
What?
go amazing, but
Didn't
we made it down.
Didn't go amazing, but we survived. That's the important thing. We,
3
Yeah,
streams,
sure.
another
Like,
3
there's
streams
this,
that'll catch up,
this-
I think.
Basically, there
I
was this
believe.
tiny little,
No.
little
4 streams.
sign
Another
that
4
was
streams
like,
that'll catch
go
up.
this way if you want to go
This is my-
back to where
this
you
is my
came
second
from on a
stream.
green.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have
And if you go
120
down
followers. I'm doing
straight,
20
which is
cranes
like the
per
whole thing,
stream.
You know, you wouldn't. It's
But
really
yeah.
hard to see this thing because it also goes back in on itself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the slope goes down this way, and there's a little cut off here where it goes down and
God,
back
the
around,
freaking
and then joins
very
off to
ends of this
another
sometimes
mountain.
It's
Rip.
impossible to see considering
And the
the
conditions are really
entire
bad.
thing is white.
The conditions are really bad.
So just everything just
Yeah.
blends in.
And then I was last because I was making sure everyone was all right. And then I was like, oh no, the Luke, who I was with at the time, because I'm pretty sure he was last, he went down the red, and I was like, oh shit.
Moments before a disaster.
I'm like, he just like went down the
Yes,
red.
I can't wait.
And I
Hold
was
up.
like,
I did semi-string it up, so I'll just show you.
and
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
oh my
maybe
god,
I'll
we've all
string
gone
up
down
this
the green, and then we're
stream.
stuck here, and it's like lunchtime.
String some
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
it
And
up
we
the
was already, it
stream,
was
and I'll
like
show you guys
1:30,
how far
and I
I've
was like,
gotten
oh,
so
we
far.
probably would be eating by now. Like, we're
Yeah.
fucked because we want to go.
I will
have
like
lunch with
exchange
them
the
as well,
order.
so how do
Basically,
we get
the
back? Like,
first follower
and
will be on
luckily,
top.
all these fucking idiots went
Right
down the
now,
red
it's
as well.
like
Turns
the
out we
first
all
follower is on
missed
like, the very bottom of
So
like,
we
the
all met
string.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the
'Cause,
screen was
like,
really
I'm
annoying
gonna
as well. 'cause it
restring
was
it
like, you had,
once
it was
the
like
string comes
flat,
in from like
really, really
Amazon.
flat. And I told the guys, I was like, guys, got to make sure you get as much speed as you can on your snowboards.
Yeah.
So
We're
you
like-
don't walk anywhere.
We're like, got it. Put snowboards on. 2 seconds later, falls on our ass. All right, taking it off
And
now.
so-
and walking the whole way.
Yeah.
So I'm going as fast as I can. I'm like getting low to the ground, like get aerodynamics.
Yeah.
I get over there and I'm like, oh my god, I made it. All right, nice. I'm waiting. I'm like, they'll come any second now. Like 10 minutes later, they come around the corner
This is
walking,
3 days.
and I was like, what is this?
Okay, to be
Scary.
fair, we did attempt to snowboard. To me, it wasn't a case of getting to the end. To me, it was a case of how far can I get before I fall over? Because like I knew once I fell over, that was
Okay.
it. Momentum was gone. I got to take off my.
No, 3
fucking-
more for
It
the
is hard
streams.
to go fast on a snowboard.
Much easier on skis.
I don't know. I just kind of again. I was like, I'm all self-taught with it.
Yeah.
So
I
just-
want
just kinda get a
to
feeling
reach
for it.
1,000
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, by the end of the week, we all I
before
think
my
definitely
next,
got
like,
a
1,000
feeling
followers
for it.
total
Yeah.
before my
Go
next
fast.
I mean,
anniversary.
we were going.
I mean, that
hell
is, like,
faster on the
certainly
last
a
day
goal, I
compared to the
guess.
first day, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
'Cause the
Like,
paper
God was
crane
fucking
thing,
blitzing down
I think
this
the time
mountain.
limit
It's
is
like,
1
oh
year.
God, he's about to SSX tricky right now. I can feel it.
Why didn't people make
Yeah,
one
well,
like,
we had to
10,
get back
like
to
1,000
like our
cranes
ski
in
resort,
1 year?
and they closed.
Someone do the
the,
math
like,
for me.
way of
How
getting
many
Yeah. Yeah.
times
What
a
do you
week
call
would I
it?
have to
What's the-
fold paper
the
cranes
left
if I
and
fold
right.
20
What's
per
the-
stream?
It's like a pathway.
How long would it
Word
take for me
for
to get
this,
to
right?
1,000?
Pathway.
No, not pathway.
Slalom?
Of course, I could do like
I forgot the word.
endurance
it was.
There's a word
streams,
for like
or just
an
fold
entrance
cranes the entire time.
that
But
is like a I don't know.
An
I wish I had it.
entryway?
No, no.
You're-
Anyway,
You're literally using all the words I would
I know,
use
I
to
know.
describe
Yeah.
So
this
there's a
place.
path, right? And it closes at like 3:30. So we
Yeah.
had. So I was like, fuck. Okay, if you don't go back over as well, you have to get like a 40 minute bus ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd rather kill myself than get a bus. It's just so depressing when you've got all your ski gear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let
yeah.
me
You
do the
got to
math
sit
real
on
quick.
this bus. It's like, oh
my
no.
calculator.
Why would I do that when I can ski back, right?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm-
calculator. If
so
I do,
me and
okay, I
Hara were
have
going to go
what is
back
it?
over.
20 weeks
And then we
left.
asked the guys, we're like, are you guys
20
coming? And
weeks
they were like, no, we'll get the bus. Because it
times
was like
20
kind of tough.
cranes
We had
per.
to ski a bunch.
That's 1,000. That's
quickly get
1,000.
on
I can make it. I can make it.
chairlift,
If I just do 20
ski
per,
over,
but the thing is, I
walk
won't
over, and then
consistently
ski
get
back
20
down. It is
followers
kinda
per
difficult,
week.
especially
That's
if
the
it's like-
problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
And then they weren't doing it. And I was like, all right, no
Oh
worries,
well.
we'll do it. So we were going.
find a
and then
way
right before
somehow.
we were about to cross it,
I'll find a way
called us and they
eventually.
were like, oh, yeah, actually, we'll do it. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, it's like Mission Impossible now. Gotta like get these boys back
Time
over
trial.
safely.
Yeah.
Felt like
Mario Kart time
saving
trial.
Private Ryan back to the hotel. We've got to get them back over. And so we had to quickly like rush these guys, and we were like, no falling, just go,
Yeah.
don't stop.
Just be good.
Yeah, because they shut it off at 3:30 for
Yeah.
some reason. I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
weird.
It's because 3:30 the sun fucking sets, so you just can't see anything.
Mm.
Especially up there, like even during the day, the visibility
Yeah.
was so bad.
That
Right?
was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely.
Yo, I
understand
can't wait.
why people
I'm so
snowboard
close to
ski
finishing
on
this one.
trip, though, especially on the last day.
I'm
where
so
the
close to
visibility
finishing
is
this stream.
clear, and I just kind of realized, oh,
Folding
snowboarding and
cranes.
skiing is just hiking, but the fun parts, right? Because you
What,
don't.
going down?
Yeah, go. You get like the amazing view, but
Yeah.
you don't have to put in the effort of like getting that amazing view.
Isn't it
Yeah.
crazy when you're on the ground and you look up at the mountain and you see how steep some of these things
Yeah.
are?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I ski down there. I snowboard down there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Because I remember on the first day when we stayed on the beginner slope.
Yeah.
So the beginner slope had this ski lift to take us up the beginner slope. And taking us up, because it was so slow, it took us like, what, 15 minutes, I think?
Yeah, it's like
10
10
10,
minutes.
10,
10
15
minutes,
minutes.
10 minutes.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh, we're going up like half the mountain. Holy fuck. And then I remember on the second day when Connor was like, oh yeah, we're going to go to the top of the mountain today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, where was the beginner slope? And he points to this point, which is like
Okay,
a tenth of the way up the
next
mountain. And you're like,
Avi Doodle.
what? you mean we were this low?
But the view was so good
the
from there.
view was already amazing. What's going on?
Okay.
But 10 out of 10 would recommend skiing to anyone who, like me as a kid, wasn't able to go. And especially if you're from a Southeast Asian country.
Ghana's a white man now.
Unfortunately, it just happens to be like the most expensive vacation sport you
Huh.
can do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But it
Let's
is
try.
good. It is really good. I mean,
Nope,
you
I
can do
still got
budget
it.
ones. There's
Mhm.
plenty of like budget packages that I know we used to do when I was like
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah, Japan definitely has those as well.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
We get like the all-inclusive thing.
I need a piss quick.
Okay.
This episode is sponsored
Bro,
by
so many of
Honey.
these
We all
just
shop
look like-
online, and we've all seen that
How much
promo
do these
code
look like
field
the
taunted
exact
at the
same
checkout.
color?
Thanks
Are
to
they like,
Honey, manually
they're
searching
not
for
ripping me
coupon
off,
codes
but
is
are
a
they
thing
ripping
of
me
the
off?
past.
They made
Honey
them
is
ripping
the
me off.
free browser extension
like-
that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Honey sports over 30,000 online stores
Because like
from games
so
to
many of
fashion brands
these,
and
they
even
just
food delivery.
have like
But
a
Connor, how
slight
does it work?
color
Well,
difference,
imagine
and
you're
they just
shopping on
call
one
it
of
oh
your favorite
different.
sites, and
I'm
then
like,
when
stop
you get to the
bullshitting me.
checkout, you'll see
Like
the Honey
you could
button
barely
drops
tell
down
they're
on
different
the
colors
side,
if you're
and all
colorblind.
you
That's
have to
how
do is click
similar they
apply
are.
coupons. Wait for Honey to
Like,
go
so
through all of the coupons that it knows to that
ridiculous.
website, and if it works, you'll be watching the prices
But you know what? I
drop
like
and your
these, like, kind of
savings
more,
increase.
not
Recently, I had
as,
to buy
like,
a bunch
very
of camera
bright
gear,
ones.
and luckily Honey saved me
Very
$20
bright ones.
on a
Like these
big
are kind of
purchase.
bright,
Honey
but
has
they're
found its
more
over
like
17
calm
million
brights.
members,
You know what I mean?
$2 billion worth
Instead of like a
savings. So if
neon,
you
like
don't already
a
have
pure
Honey,
neon
you could be
color.
straight up
There's
missing
like
out
some
on free
neonish,
savings.
but not
It's literally
completely
free and
neon.
installs in a few seconds. And by
Yeah.
getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting us, the boys. So what are you
Buddy.
waiting for? Get Honey for free at
Free.
joinhoney.com/trash-taste. That's joinhoney.com/trash-taste.
Did you guys
Yeah.
get up to anything else on your holidays? How was your Christmas?
Christmas
How's your New
was
Year's?
well, it was supposed to be in Australia.
Well, that's exactly why we went on the ski trip,
yeah,
right? Because of,
that didn't happen.
like we've been trying to plan a ski trip for 2 years,
Mm.
and what it took to take us to finally plan the ski trip was a global pandemic to cancel all our plans once again. To be like, well, guys, I know you guys are free this weekend,
Yeah.
or I know you guys are finally free this week. Let's go on a ski trip.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we'll go on another ski trip that won't take as much time or effort
hope
to
not.
plan.
2 years later.
2 years later.
Yeah, my Christmas and New Year's was very chill. Just
Yeah?
spent it with some mates. Played a
Chill.
lot of Mahjong. Like unironically.
Played a lot of
We
mahjong.
played a lot of Mahjong.
Played
Yeah.
a lot of TFT.
Of course you did. Of
course
course.
you did.
Is that your new Apex?
Yeah, I played with Didus and Emily a bunch, so I was like addicted to it.
Nice.
It's fun. It's fun. I don't know. It's like NFTs, but
You can leave. You can leave.
What? I've never understood TFT. Like,
it's auto chess, isn't it?
what does that mean?
I don't fucking know. It's hard to explain, right? Because like, it doesn't.
Is that like the blockchain?
Yeah, it's not the blockchain. It's a game.
I don't
that
understand
you can't
NFTs.
easily describe. I don't know how you describe it.
Kind of like the blockchain.
Maybe if Gant played it, Gant's really good at giving short descriptions to stuff. I've noticed.
Okay.
I'm not.
That's why it's my job. That's literally what I do for my.
He
for
does
my
that with
channel.
animations.
I'm not. When I play this game, it's like, all right, well, it's kind of like, it's like a battle simulation chess thing. You buy units and then you place them, and then it plays out on its own, the battle.
So it's like tower defense, but chess.
But then it's one battle, and then you lose health or don't lose health, depending on what happens.
Yeah,
and
but
then
like tower defense is kind of like that, right? You buy units and then it plays
there's a
out
wave,
automatically.
right? Yeah, but you're playing
Yeah.
against another player.
Ah.
So he's buying stuff, and you're buying stuff, and you're placing them on the board.
right.
Yeah.
And then you go against each other, and then you also get like stuff that comes up, and it's a not gambling, but like there's like re-rolling for like more choices to
Re-rolling?
spend. It's
Gotcha.
like
Gambling.
econ
Gotcha,
management.
Gotcha.
money management.
Gotcha.
It is a very
Gotcha.
boring game when you explain it. Extremely so.
Oh god, I can't wait for Yaimiko.
Right.
It's
Every
fun though.
time
say
I
that
think
about
about
most
Genshin,
It's
I
one of
just
those
think,
games again. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't
Nico.
recommend playing it alone. There's
can't wait.
with friends, it's great.
Just
Yeah.
I think with
instantly
friends, it's
draw
really fun.
her,
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways. It's like chill
get
because it's
her
not
to
too
level
intense.
80,
Like, you can
hopefully.
talk. Like League is too intense. I feel.
League, like,
Oh,
I
if you're
never,
getting
like, I've
posture
tried
check.
playing League with
Okay.
mates before, and
Posture
I'm
check it
just that
is.
silent guy because I'm like
Like,
concentrating
18,000
too
frames,
much
let's
on the gameplay to
I
be
have
able to
enough to
communicate
guarantee
with my
her, which
friends,
just makes me happy.
or, like, have a good
That's
time.
what I need.
There's a lot of downtime in the game. like,
Yeah.
when
Lem
you're
des
playing,
Hajime.
so you can just chat. And like,
Yeah.
you can do it very casually. It's
Yes.
really chill.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. Recommend it.
Okay. I also have been trying to game. I've been trying to. Could I sound
Trying
any
to
more
game.
boomer? But no, I've been trying to find a game to get into. Still kind of
Yay.
looking. Started Pokemon recently, the newest Pokemon.
Oh, the
2003
Switch
Moose,
Pokemon
who's
ever.
gonna smack
Huh?
me?
Is it your first Pokemon?
Wait, hold
game?
up.
It's not my first Pokemon game ever.
Yeah.
It's my first
4, 6,
Pokemon
8,
since Pokemon
10, 12.
Ruby,
Holy
the
shit.
original
16,
Pokemon Ruby.
Holy shit.
On the
Like it?
Wait. One more,
I don't
and
know.
then I'm
When
on.
does Pokemon
Like,
get
I'm done
good?
for today.
I've
Purple.
forgotten.
That means you're playing it
Yeah,
wrong.
no. That means
Genshin,
you're playing it.
Yeah.
Genshin
I'm
Impact.
not
Game of the
really
Year,
enjoying
mobile
it,
game
I'll
of the
be
year.
honest, because I've done like the first two like gyms now. For
I'm just
Pokemon
pause the
Diamond,
podcast for
and
now. I
I'm
think
just
I'm
like,
done for
remember-
now. Yeah, then that that game exists. Hey, wait, isn't the update on like Wednesday? I think next Wednesday. I think on the 16th. Whenever the 16th is, I'm pretty sure it's a Wednesday. the 16th, I'll be streaming that just to get my darling, Daimiko. And once I get her, I shall celebrate. She shall be put in my... She probably won't be in my main team, honestly. It depends. I'll definitely put her and Raiden in a team, just in normal circumstances. Unless, you know, I don't know. That really depends on... I'll check out the type of builds that people try on her. Because I know that she's, like, a bit complicated with that kind of stuff. That'd be my main team until she's bench of 10. Yes, that's true. That's true. That is true. True. So I do with Ganyu right now. I just put her in my main team. I just like I have her do daily commissions in like every domain, even though she's technically not doing it. But yeah, same with Ganyu. Like Ganyu does do like a decent amount of damage. It's not that much, but she can like. But whenever I have Venti, Zhongli, like almost. Okay, Gen, wait, what? I almost Gen, what the fuck? Venti, that's what it said. Okay, Venti, Zhongli, and Xiao, that's what I meant to say. And I've had those three, because those three are like my main damage and control and shield team, like 3 trio. And then I'll replace Raiden with like Ganyu. Like, just those 3 alone, there's no point in me using Ganyu's charge attack. I just use her E, and then I usually do, you know, Zhongli shield, Venti alt. Actually, no. Like, Zhongli shield. I do like, Ganyu's E first, and then I use like, the freaking Venti's little swirl alt. And I use his E, and then I use Xiao's 2 E's. And I plunge with like the 2 E's. Just jump, and then 2 E, and then you plunge. And then after that, I just repeat the cycle, because I usually don't want to waste Xiao's alts, unless it's like very powerful enemies. Because usually just with, I think, like if Ganyu's alt is charged, I'll just use her alts instead. And usually that's enough for like the enemies to just die. Along with like Zhongli's alts. Wait. Okay. Focus. Oh god, I just remember the terrifyingness of the Raiden boss. Because like I saw leaks about how much health she had, and that worries me. I guess, to say the least. The amount of health that Raiden presumably has worries me. Oh my god. Oh no, these tails are too thick. I know that Raiden has more health than Senora. So I guess help us then, I guess. Help. We're gonna need a lot of help. Also, I've just I think this week, like starting I think yesterday or a few days ago, I decided to stop farming for wait, fuck, what are those bitches' names? Holy shit, I'm trying to find, like, I remember I had a post-it note with their name with, like, a whole ass chart listing, like, oh, which characters need which of this weekly boss's materials. Oh my god, where the fuck is it? Can't find it, whatever. Basically, I'm not gonna farm for the wolf. I'm not gonna farm for Storm Terror, not for Astaha, and Child anymore. I'm only gonna farm for Senora. And I guess, like, once Raiden comes out, it'll be Senora and Raiden. Because I already have, like, pretty much every boss mat I would need for, like, that type of thing for talents. I was like, there's no point in farming with those guys anymore. Unless there's, like, a very specific reason. Oh, you, 28, you cute. Oh, you. 28. Oh, okay, nice. My 20 is done for today. Woo! Done in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Nice. Woohoo! Congrats. Thank you. Well, now I might as well just like string them up together. Might as well, you know. Even though technically not strung together. Because I have it like on the thread. Let me see if it's okay. So this is what I have for our first stream. Okay. Maybe I'll take a picture and like send it on Twitter some other time. Oh shit. Okay, so first I need wearing like a necklace. First I need to check out who did I begin with today. I think I began with Bucket General, which is like all the way in the back. Let me take all this to me. Hold up. Just like secret Fujin hand just passed by. Hey, now there's no more magic. Okay, just drop one. Okay. Back. Oh. Wait, that's difficult to manage. I'll just keep it on the floor. Easier to manage stream this way. Okay, so we begin with the Bucket General. This is yellow one right here. What streams we're gonna have this week? I believe tomorrow's Jump King, I think tomorrow's Jump King. Wednesday, I don't quite remember. Let me check. I have my thing here. I have my schedule with me. Okay, so today, yep, tomorrow's Jump King, and the day after that is Jump King as well. Hopefully we'll try to like finish Jump King by that time, but if I don't finish Jump King by that time, then whatever. Friday's Genshin. So basically Wednesday, Thursdays get Jump King, Friday's Genshin, Saturday's more Yakuza. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Alright, back to scrolling down because I changed my tab. I should stop doing that. Fuck. Alright, I'm almost down. Alright, Bucket General, defeat player. I'm looking for everything. Huh? Oh, found him. Defeat player and then Istabin. Istabin-san. Mr. Diberoy. I found him. Diber. Okay, cool. After that, it is Moonglade. Hold up, let me scroll up a bit. Moonglade. Nice. And after that is the Chin, the Mighty Chin. Strange name still. But I don't judge. Sorry for like slapping the camera every 5 seconds. Hope it doesn't make you guys nauseous. After that is OP Internets. After that is a deep basement, drops basement. Drop basement. Oh, fuck, I just smacked a crane off my desk. No, I'll save you after I string this crane in. Oh. From 6 and then it's Afi-sama. Afi-sama. Found him. Then it's Angry Apes. Angry Apes. Oh, is that it? Nope. Fuck. Okay, got him. And this thing is looking great so far. This looks really cool, honestly. Can't wait to show you guys what up. Yeah, maybe like put it on the desk and I'll just take the camera and drag it a bit further. And creates Arakaba. Me. This shit is long. Maybe I think by the time it reaches 50, but no, by the time actually, because I originally said it was 40 per string, right? And I'll do 25 strings, because that would be technically, I guess, more. That fits. I don't want it to look too thin, but too like tall. But at the same time, would 25 be too bunched? Like, would it be too much? I don't know. What do you guys think? I just have like a needle that I'm just sticking through these things. The needle sticking through and just piercing the very top of the little crane. Oh, fuck. Fucking hell. I feel like some of these are starting to like, get stuck. Large suspicion some of these will get stuck and like just completely get tangled with each other. Like once I get my little thingy, I'm gonna do them backwards. Basically, I'm just gonna string them backwards. But yeah, for now, they're gonna be stringed backwards. But right now, the very top one, I guess, quote unquote top one, like where the needle is my most recent one, and the one and the closest to the end is like my first one. Right, let me just put the table. And how long my finger is so full and see how tall it is. It is like oh wait, there's a little thing right there. Intersection here. I think the wire is just slightly tangled. Oh, nice. Oh my god. This thing is like just tight almost. Oh. I'm proud. Thank you guys. You guys are being part of this. Can't wait for the next one. Oh, that's dangerous, but it's okay. That's gonna be today's stream now. And again, thank you for joining here. And you thought I was doing nothing, but it's okay. Okay, let me just shut up. Alright, see you guys tomorrow with Jump King, hopefully. Alright, see ya. Make sure to take care of yourselves, drink enough water, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, you know, yada 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 yada. Wait.